All right, here we go. It's E3 2021, June 12th. The great year of the year of the year. What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. We are live for a lovely day one E3 2021 wrap-up, recap, roundup show. My favorite Doug Bowser impersonator, Gabe, is here joining us, and of course, all of you. Thanks for supporting the channel and supporting the streams earlier today. We talked about Ubisoft together, watched that whole forward, but now we have a lot going on. There were other Switch games announced, and we want to just chill with you guys. And I always love to say that growing up, and even as an adult, like E3 with others is the best way to share it. Watching your favorite podcast, watching your favorite videos. So we're trying to kind of create that community. So I'm sorry for the delay. Blame Gabe.
Look, it's not often that we can blame Gabe for things being late, but today it was because I wanted to, I wanted it's whatever is happening technically wrong with the stream today is my fault, not Zach's. So
it's all good, though. You made it look lovely. We got polka dots. We're like freaking miraculous ladybug or whatever that show is. Yeah.
Or Minnie Mouse is another thing.
Minnie Mouse.
I was trying to channel things that you like. Really?
Oh yes, Disney.
Yeah.
Ladybugs, colors. I love this, and I also love Nintendo Switch. And we got some good stuff. So we are going to go. We'll give you a little rundown. We're going to go through some of the bigger hits. We're going to go through some of the games that you might have missed from the smaller stuff. And we're gonna. I hope you'll let me. We're gonna try to squeeze in a little segment of some non-Switch stuff, just because I'm very excited.
Oh,
about
I thought you were gonna say, "I hope you'll let me." We're gonna talk about Switch Pro.
No.
Oh man!
Don't say that. That's like he who must not be named. We're not gonna do that.
Yeah.
I feel like, and I want to be honest. I feel like this was the weirdest day one of E3 I've ever experienced, Gabe, because I've been following E3 since I was like 10 or 11. Hold
on. 10 or 11. Like
20 years?
No, I know.
Maybe like 12, 13, maybe a couple years.
Sure, but I still want people to like know how long ago that was, and just like
20 years.
Dude, we used to have to watch G4 to watch E3.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, I don't know if people appreciate that, so I wanted to say it real quick.
And then I've been, to 73s in a row, and E3 day one, like when they say day one, that's Tuesday, Gabe, right? That's normally our Tuesday, and that is when we go and get to see and play everything, which is totally different than what happened today, where we had a very fully fleshed out Ubisoft press conference, and then a always wild Devolver Digital presentation, and then kind of a waste of time Gearbox presentation. Like, no offense, Randy, but that was kind of a waste of time. Some of the other shows, like the Wholesome Direct and things of that sort, the IGN show really did produce a lot of interesting indies, so we are going to touch on those. But it does feel weird. Like, I was hoping it would feel the same, and it just absolutely does not.
Dude, like, my feet feel good. Like, matter of fact, I got a little foot rub today. I didn't have to walk any crazy. Yeah, I didn't have to walk any crazy halls. Yeah, my mom was visiting, right? So we went for a little thing.
Almost like a massage?
Yeah, just like a little
pedicure.
Yeah, exactly. It was just a little pedicure. Nothing too crazy. You know what I mean?
That's good.
Yeah. So it was great to not have to walk down the halls. That for me was.
I love that part. I'm a fast walker. I move from place to place very quickly, so I love going back and forth. But yeah, this day normally for us is like backpacks and lines and games and appointments and running late and protein bars. But today it was watching a Ubisoft conference, and I guess we should start with our thoughts there. We haven't really talked about it much. We watched it live, and I do want to give a shout out to the mod team for holding down the fort during the stream. We had like 3,400 people. You guys did a great job, and I do want to say hi to Sindhu and Hassan and Michael, Manny, a bunch of people in the chat. Glad to have you guys here. So Ubisoft, it was a long wait. People were anticipating Mario plus Rabbids, Sparks of Hope, because it got leaked. Nintendo, and let's touch on that first. Nintendo was guilty of something that seems so amateur. They pressed the button like 8 hours early. I couldn't believe it.
Look, it kind of like takes away the excitement of this, like when you knew that it was coming, like the entire time. And even before like Nintendo decided to, I mean, they didn't decide, it was an accident. Even before they like accidentally showed this like trailer or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like weird that we had all this information. And I thought that I would still just be excited to see it, but I was like, man, it would have been really awesome if like the leaks hadn't happened, the rumors hadn't happened. Yeah. So I was surprised by that, because I genuinely thought that like no matter what, like I was gonna like still feel good about like, hey, like at least we get to see the game. But it's not quite how it was.
Well, Davide's enthusiasm just cannot be contained. The first game leaked well before its reveal, and then the second game, had a similar thing happen to it. But let's talk Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. I think the coolest thing about this, outside of the, upgrades to the exploration and the upgrades to combat, is the fact that they crossed over directly with Mario Galaxy, a franchise or an era of Mario that is beloved, but I don't think anyone expected Mario Galaxy to be back in any way.
That's one thing that I'm like really happy about, right? Like people expected other Nintendo characters, right? Link gets tossed around, stuff like that. Also, by the way, I thought about this. They're in space. There's gonna be a Samus cameo of some kind, baby. But
you think?
Like maybe like not anything like big, but like maybe we'll see
Metroid or something.
Yeah, maybe we'll see like a ship. We'll see a Metroid, something like they're in space. No, but yeah. I love the Galaxy connection, because otherwise I didn't want this to be like super predictable, and no one guessed this. Like even with the rumors and everything, like no one was saying like, hey, this is gonna be like Mario Galaxy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a very unique choice, and I think it's one that works really well. The fact that the Lumas, kind of got eaten by the Rabbids, and now they look a little psychotic. They have special powers. There's a fire, a ghost, a golden. I thought that the game looked more expansive. I saw a lot of people saying, oh my gosh, it's going to be more open. You can go anywhere. There might be like quests and stuff. It still seems like Beepo is controlling, and I still feel like it's going to be very linear. But it does look like to me that they spent more time on making the environments more fun and fleshed out. And something big that I think is interesting is it looks like you're going to bump into enemies rather than, last time it felt like a mini golf course where like you just kind of go from combat to exploration to combat to exploration to combat. And it seems like the enemies, it's going to be a bit more of an organic way that you approach combat.
Yeah. You spoke about enemies real quick, and the first thought that I had when I looked at all this, I'm so glad that the enemies are like mysterious. Like I don't know who that emo little rabbit dude is. Yeah. But yeah, like what's up with him? He kind of has like a sword that looks like Sora's like, Keyblade from Kingdom Hearts. And then we have like Tony the Tiger rabbitified. Like basically I'm like, dude, like who are all these characters? Like hopefully they're like completely original. That's something that I feel not was lacking in the first one, but they relied so heavily on the crossover elements. So having like original like baddies that, Mario and friends could team up with, I found that like pretty cool, honestly.
Yeah, I think the planet travel is going to be really nice. And there's some discussion going on about like, oh, are we going to have, melee only characters, because the anime emo looking rabbit, the green haired one, seems to just be fighting with a sword. How is that going to mix up gameplay? How many planets? Are there any surprise characters? I'm sure they've saved something. I don't think we've seen every part of the cast today in this first initial offering. The 2022 date was a bit of a bummer.
The biggest of bummers, man. I really thought it was going to be this year. Well,
the last game was June announcement, August release, 2 months practically. So I figured we would get something similar, but to be.
Does it make sense though? For reasons that you don't want us to mention.
it makes sense if we're talking a little bit about the Switch Pro and, it really is going to be 2017 part 2.
No, I'm not even talking about like Switch Pro's release. I'm talking about like if you're making a game and you got to make it for hardware that you're not super familiar with and you're like learning as you go. Like, it might take like, why did it take 4 years? Right? Well, yeah, it makes sense if new hardware's coming and Davide had to learn some things.
It does make a lot of sense. And by the way, chat, hello, welcome if you're just joining. We are going to take your questions a little bit later on in the evening. Definitely give us your take on the games we're discussing. So when we talk Mario plus Rabbids, let us know what you think about that. I am reading the chat as I talk to my good friend Gabe here and round up this day. I'm very excited for the game. It's interesting that there's not even like a quarter, a season. It's just 2022. They called it pre-alpha gameplay, which is...
but that's standard. I wouldn't.
Yeah, don't read into that. Okay. But I have no idea when this releases. But I was gonna say it is just continuing that 2017 part 2, where it's like Splatoon, Mario plus Rabbids, Breath of the Wild. Like it feels like 2022 is going to be this second chance for 2017, which, you know, I'm all for. That was probably the best release slate Nintendo's put together in forever.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, like, what do you think? Okay, like coming 2022. Like, do you think first half of the year? Like, I don't want to narrow it down to months, but okay, you think first half?
I don't think this is going to be another E3. I don't think we see this at the next E3. I think it does get released. I don't know if that's, you know, February or if that's May. I would venture to say the next time we see Mario plus Rabbids, as we wrap this segment up, is at like the fall direct. Whenever that falls for Nintendo, September, October, I think we get maybe a deeper dive. Nintendo kind of takes a little bit of the onus, and we find out a release date. That would be my guess.
I already know my answer, but I just want yours. Like, do you think we see this set with the Treehouse stuff?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so either. But I mean, I'm glad it's like finally announced.
Absolutely. It confirms the big leak, which is good to know, and it's good that something that leakers talked about is coming true. And it also, to me, it opens up a slot on Nintendo's calendar, because now they don't have this game, so there's got to be something else to fill that in for the second half. Now, the rest of Ubisoft, Just Dance coming to Switch game.
Hey,
nobody's best game ever.
I'm not in the right camera angle, but I'm dancing. I'm doing the robot or something.
And then, you know, we don't have the Switch Pro, so I kept watching these other games, and I was like, okay, you know, Rainbow Six Core or Extraction looks fantastically fun. Far Cry 6, you know, those cutscenes are ugly, but the game looks like it's going to be cool, and that DLC was interesting. Could any of these games come once the Switch Pro is unveiled and once they do have a little more power to work with? I'm not going to make any speculation here, but I just, like, that was in the back of my head throughout the whole show.
The Yankees love. Yo, man.
Yeah, it's just talking about corn.
It's just a hat.
Animal Crossing.
It's just a hat, guys. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Oh, I didn't even notice your hat. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's just, you know, standard Yankee Gabe attire. So were you like disappointed? Like, were you disappointed by? I mean, it's hard to be disappointed with Mario, but the fact that Ubisoft didn't have anything aside of Mario and, you know, obviously Just Dance. Did you want more, or were you pretty much aware that this was going to be it?
I mean, I was hoping for Roller Champions. I think that's just a me thing. Like, I really loved that game when I played it at E3 a couple years ago, and I think that'd be a fantastic multiplayer title for Switch, but they got no mention. I guess, like, if there were to be more Switch stuff, it would probably be older ports, and I think those pop up more in a Nintendo sizzle reel than they do. Like, Ubisoft's not gonna be like, and guess what? Far Cry 3 is coming to Switch. Like, they're not going to use their hour slot for that when they have all these new games to, you know.
Dude, they might as well have. They talked about the Valhalla updates. I'm like,
Yeah, but that's still that's their latest Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, but like, does it matter that like one-handed swords are coming in weeks? Like, oh, in a few weeks, we're finally going to put one-handed swords in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I'm like, all right.
They feel like it was a big deal. I mean, I thought that was overall a good Ubisoft show. I know some people were upset because they didn't get, you know, Splinter Cell and they didn't get anything on the Division. But you wanna roll through the Avatar trailer? Let me get my Avatar moment. And I thought this game looked amazing. And it's not coming to Switch. It's a PS5.
Look, this got announced for Amazon Luna and Stadia. I know that's where I'm going to be playing it. Like, I was going to ask you, like, on the bottom, it says, like, it's coming to, you know, all the consoles. And at the end, you know, Luna and Stadia. So, I don't know, like, that'll be interesting. But regardless, my question was, I know you liked the movie, but, like, how, like, I mean, there's a new one. That you're muted? There you go. He wasn't saying anything. So like, how much of an impact did like Avatar have? Like, because in my head, like, outside of it being like the biggest movie ever, which it is.
Mm-hmm. Well, Avengers took over, but yeah.
Yeah, but then this came back.
Did it?
Yeah.
How? Oh, did they didn't
Yeah, like
release it, did they?
yeah, they did like a re-release or something, and like it beat it back. But
okay.
regardless, like I know it was really popular, but the jux of my question that I'm being very long-winded with is how relevant is Avatar? And I know the new movie's coming, so like I guess it will be relevant.
Yeah, I was gonna say
but
it will be relevant once that starts. You know, the hype cycle for that starts building probably next summer. I think it's still a cool looking property, even if you don't understand or don't know Avatar and seeing the movie. I still think it's appealing. Ubisoft doesn't really have anything in this vein. Like everything is dudes with guns, right? They don't really have a whole lot of, you know what I mean? Like they don't have a lot like this in sort of more of the sci-fi fantasy realm. So I think it's a nice fit for them, and I hope it ends up being more than just Far Cry with blue people.
Dude, like it's like a movie tie-in, like traditional like movie tie-in. So
no, this is it's a standalone story AAA game.
Yeah, but like the movies.
Confirmed.
No, I know, but the movie's coming, right?
Yeah, but it is standalone. It's not like it's not, you know what I mean? It's not Avatar 2 the movie, the game.
Would that be better? Would that be even better, Zach?
No.
Not like better quality game, but just like a sillier situation, like you know, like
it would be silly.
like how we used to have like you know the Captain America, like the movie, the game, like stuff like that was like kind of cool and interesting.
Yeah, I just thought it was just so fun. I want to touch on. I also think Rainbow Six Extraction looks really good. But let me know in the chat. Like, obviously we had Mario plus Rabbids in our heads because there were leaks, because Nintendo themselves posted it. But on a scale of 1 to 10, like now that you've sat with it a bit, now that it happened a couple hours ago, how pleased were you with Ubisoft for Switch? I would say for me, I feel like it, and maybe this is high, but I feel like an 8.5 because they didn't have to do an exclusive game. And like that to me is the big deal, is Mario plus Rabbids is exclusive for Switch. It's not just a port. It's not just adding, you know, multi-platform support. It is a game that only Switch players get to play, and not many third parties do that.
I'm running the footage now. Can we briefly touch on Rainbow Six real quick, like just before I give my rating? Because I feel like we haven't talked about it, and outside of you know Mario Rabbids, because that's just more our thing, and you know people here really love it. Like the Switch community loves it. Mm-hmm. Like Rainbow Six Extraction is probably the one that we would play the most. You know, with every, and you know, maybe Avatar, depending on what type of game it is. But this looks really cool, man. And I don't know where this came from, but having 2 friends is now the coolest thing in the world, because that's just like what everything is. Like they don't do
Apex.
Yeah, they
Rainbow
don't do
Six,
they don't do 4-player stuff so much. It's like, okay, maybe people don't have 3 friends, but everyone has 2.
Yeah, for sure. I thought it looked good. You know, it doesn't get a lot of play here on SwitchForce just because it's not Switch, but it did look good. And you know, that was the main part of E3 day 1, and then we had the Gearbox show, which they showed the set, I guess, for the Borderlands movie. They talked Godfall. They talked a little bit of the new Tiny Tina game, but they had nothing for Switch. I thought we would see that Marvel. No, that's not Gearbox. That's Take-Two.
No, it's not Gearbox.
There still is a chance for that Marvel XCOM game, which I think could be a fit for Switch. But let's touch on some of these other games that were announced today.
Do it.
I'm a big fan of Devolver Digital. I think they do really good work. And one that was kind of, it really was the big one from Devolver for Switch is Wizard with a Gun, which to me looks like aggressive Don't Starve. It looks like Don't Starve with bullets. And it started off with what almost felt like a SteamWorld trailer, and then I was caught off guard a bit that it went into a co-op survival game, but with a heavy like gun combat emphasis.
Yeah, like we're rolling the trailer right now, and you know, just visually, I think it looks really, really cool. I love like the eyes of this. It reminded me of the mage class from early Final Fantasy games at first. I said, wait, what is this? But it did prove to be something completely different, which, you know, I appreciate. You say like Don't Starve elements. I can see it. I wish we would have seen more gameplay. A lot of like cinematic stuff, you know, funny enough for a game that probably won't be very cinematic.
Right.
Outside of this, though, like what else did Devolver have that you thought was pretty cool?
I thought their Inscription game looked really good. The one that's kind of like a hybrid between escape room and
do you know what it's called?
Game like that. Look, it's called Inscription. You know, it's not on Switch, so it's okay. They they oddly didn't have a lot for Switch, which I found to be a bit of a bummer. A lot of their games, I don't know. They've had some years where they've just hit home runs, and they've had years where it feels like their slate is a little bit lighter. And I'd say this is again a lighter slate. It was really just Wizard with a Gun, and then Demon Throttle, which is a very strange situation because it's maybe the only game on Switch that is physical only, which at first I was like, okay, this is kind of exciting. It's for sale today. You can go order it now. But you know, I don't know, Gabe, how
wait, it's physical only? Like they refuse to make it digital?
It is physical only. You have to order it through the website.
What?
Yep.
No way.
And like I'm a fan of like old school games, but I don't know. I was hoping Devolver would have, you know, these are the guys that brought us Katana Zero, My Friend Pedro.
Hold on, I just like lost. Wizard with a Gun isn't only, right? You said it was Demon Throttle.
Demon Throttle.
Demon Throttle.
Yeah,
okay.
It's just Demon Throttle. Yeah.
Oh man, dude, like that's
physical only.
That is so freaking weird.
It's very odd. It's incredibly odd. But
not a fan of that.
I mean,
how much is it physical? Because you know we're looking at the game and it's, you know, it's not even a 16:9 aspect ratio. This is clearly very traditional.
It is $30 physical. That's a lot.
Is there like a tie-in? Well, here it is. There we go. I was going to say, that's exactly what I was about to say. Is there like a tie-in with like limited run games or something? Yeah. And at the end there, it said special reserves. Yeah, which is similar, right. I think.
Yeah, the only, it's not coming till 2022, so like that's a long wait for a game that, you know, looks like it's for the NES.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll be honest with you. I felt like Devolver's show was disappointing. I mean, Death's Door looks fantastic.
2 years in a row, man.
Yeah, I think Death's Door looks really great, but that's an Xbox and PC joint. I will play it, but it's not on Switch. And I don't know. I mean, I guess that's how it is when you're working with indie studios. Devolver isn't making these games; they're publishing them. Wizard with a Gun could be good. Demon Throttle might be okay, but I don't really want to pay $30 for a game that I don't get for a year. I don't know.
It's like the equivalent of a Kickstarter. Like not really, because they probably don't. I mean, they don't need the funding, but like it's right. Yeah, like I would say it's like similar.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting choice.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping for more from Devolver, but we did get a lot of other indies kind of across the board. We'll just do some like quick touches here. What's this game called? Skatebird. Okay, Skatebird got its launch day, and we've seen the game before, but I know, Gabe, you were quite smitten with the skateboarding birds. This one is out very soon on Switch, and like there's your Sam Fisher, man, right there. There was your Splinter Cell. This could be a cute indie to pick up that looks like it is being given the TLC to like control well, play well, and be a fun distraction while we wait for some of the bigger fall games.
Like what are those games where like you're like on the top of a truck? I mean, I'm thinking of a specific game, and you're just like trying not to fall off. Dude, like it like it's the same like type of game. Is it Cluster Truck? Is that a thing?
Cluster Truck.
Yeah. I
don't know. Not a skateboarding game.
No, it's not. But like just like budget wise and like looks
okay.
like this feel like it'll have a similar vibe, as the kids say. No cap.
Yeah, I think it looks good. I will call to the stand Hoa, which is a pretty freaking cool looking game. It's got a very like Miyazaki vibe. This one also is coming in August and coming to Switch. I don't think very many people know about this game, but it was shown off in a Nintendo Indie World. So it's nice to see this one hasn't fallen off the face of the earth like Eastward and Hollow Knight, Silk Song, and kind of all those other titles. But it's a very weird trailer where they're kind of just, I don't know, moving around this like spider web thing.
I was gonna ask you, like, is the entire game spider webs?
No, it's not. It's just a very gorgeous like, indie platformer, just with a very awesome style. But yeah, this trailer didn't really. I don't think it's showing off the best of the game. I think just the variety would be better. But it looks great. The animations are fantastic, and it's another one that's coming this summer. Just a couple other brief quick hits. 2 Point Campus. I think 2 Point Hospital is a pretty good game. Like, in full disclosure, I was paid to play it the first time, but it's actually like a very well-made, enjoyable sim game that plays pretty well on Switch. And now they are going from the hospital and all sorts of goofy illnesses to college. And since I've never been to college, I thought this would be good for me.
Well, as long as you understand that it's probably not going to be super realistic.
Yeah, I mean, probably not.
But don't people really like this series? Is it like kind of like popular with a certain group of people? People that like build city builders and stuff?
Yeah, Sim Hospital, that kind of stuff. Like I think it and their quality. I mean, this is Team 17 teamed up, and they like I think they are fun. They came out with a lot of expansions for 2 Point Hospital. So I think this could be good. The last one we'll mention briefly here is Unpacking. Gabe, you just got done unpacking. It's pretty enjoyable.
Oh,
and now
what? Enjoyable? Enjoyable? Fun?
Isn't it fun? Isn't it fun?
If you like misery, if misery is fun, yeah, unpacking and moving is the most fun. It's freaking miserable. I'm not a fan of moving.
I guess this is supposed to be like ASMR in video game form. It just, or stressful for you, I guess. I think the intent is for it to be relaxing, but
this,
right?
Moving is not fun if you're moving yourself and not paying someone to do it.
Well, this is, you just get to move with the analog stick, so maybe it'll be less stressful. Maybe you'll get to enjoy organizing the rooms, getting everything unboxed, finding the surprises.
There's surprises? I know what I put the stuff in the box.
Yeah, but you don't know what was in these boxes. So I think it looks kind of interesting. But all in all, like, it was a light day. And really, I think this E3 is going to be defined by Nintendo's Direct. I think if that is a home run, it'll feel like the hype and the weekend were worth it. And if Nintendo somehow poops themselves, then it's going to be kind of a bummer. I mean, more than kind of. It's going to be a humongous bummer.
No, I now think Xbox is going to help out a bit. I think, can we spoil stuff that we know is happening? Like, because of the thing with...
Oh, let's not. Just in case people are... I know it's not...
Yeah. There's maybe like 2 or 3 games that like we know for sure are happening at Xbox that I've been waiting to see for a long time, personally. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to be excited for them. So Xbox and Microsoft, it's all them as far as this show goes.
Nintendo.
Oh, wait, what I said?
Yeah.
I said Xbox and Microsoft. They're same company. Sorry. Yeah, Nintendo.
Yeah. Austin, thank you for the donation. A lot of love for Mario Kart 9, hoping for it. I'm hoping for it as well. Mario Kart the story mode, Mario Kart with more Nintendo characters. I will take all the Mario Karts. That would be just any Mario Kart would be fantastic. Let's see. Okay, so that basically wraps the games that were unveiled today. I mean, obviously Mario plus Rabbids is the big win. It is. I'm now aware that this is a work from home digital E3, and it's just not going to be the same in any capacity. But again,
I told y'all.
I think it will be for Nintendo, though. I don't think it's fair. To judge Nintendo.
I said Nintendo's gonna have a great show probably, but outside of Nintendo, people are expecting too much.
For this audience, for our community, I think it's still going to be a very worthwhile and very fleshed out E3. I'd love to hear from you guys in the chat. Any questions, your thoughts on today, what you're expecting, what you're hoping for.
Well, people asked us some stuff. So I was going to ask tomorrow, what do we have? What are your plans? What's going on tomorrow?
Yeah, so tomorrow, Xbox. I've got a big Animal Crossing video going up in the morning, so stay tuned for that, my AC people. And then
Can I time travel? Can I time travel to watch the video now? Like I'll take the cockroaches. Oh man,
too many cockroaches.
Oh man.
Xbox and Microsoft have their show, or Bethesda and Microsoft have their show at 1 p.m.
Yeah. So
and
excited.
Then we got Square Enix in the evening, and it sounds like to get a little rumor leak-ish up in here, it sounds like that Final Fantasy 1 through 6 collection is a reality for Switch.
Which is like another thing that I mentioned the other day, where Final Fantasy that isn't 16 or Origins, and you're like, wait, what's left? I said 1 through 6.
1 through 6. Yeah. So that I will still obviously watch these shows. I don't know that we're gonna stream them just because. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? Would you want to watch the Xbox and Bethesda show? There's obviously nothing for Nintendo there, but we still could watch it together. That'll be at 1 p.m. tomorrow, or maybe we'll just take it off. Tomorrow is kind of like the non-Nintendo day, although I do expect at least an announcement from Square Enix. We're more waiting for Monday and Tuesday, where Capcom is going to be very Switch focused. And I'm hopeful Take-Two has a few, or at least a surprise for Switch before we get to the Tuesday Direct. Oh my gosh.
Dude, it's been a long day. Look at Zachy. He is falling asleep. I gotta go. I wasn't say rock him to sleep, but that sounds like I'm gonna beat you up, and I'm most definitely not doing that.
Please don't do that. I gotta take a shower, man. It's getting to that part of the year where like Indiana has like 50% humidity. It's a little sticky. I try to go over my bike rides. I feel like I'm going through fog. And yeah, today was a busy day since Nintendo had to do their oopsie at like 7 a.m.
Can I do a little pimp up for me since my busy day isn't done yet?
Yes.
A very quick one. As soon as this stream is over, I am going to go stream a Switch game on my little channel. We are streaming Overcooked 2. Yeah, me and a few friends, we're gonna do some of that. And if you want to watch Gabe probably get upset and tell everybody to be better, come hang out here, be Gabe, just here on YouTube.
My favorite indie game of the last decade.
It's an amazing game. I haven't played it very much, so I'm like very rusty. So I don't know how it's gonna go, but we're gonna have a fun time over there as soon as the stream is over. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, so you can follow over to Gabe's channel, youtube.com/herebegabe. Gabe, if you want to, let's drop a link in the chat. I'll put that there. But yeah, so tomorrow I will let you guys know about the Xbox show. We'll see. My Animal Crossing video is going up at 11 a.m. And then we will see from there if we're going to stream. But if you guys have any questions or just comments about E3, about the day, about Nintendo going forward, about what you think, love to hear them. In the meantime, in terms of Nintendo themselves, nothing has come out. Well, nothing has come out to say that it's going to be less than excellent. I still keep seeing people say that they think this is going to be a very big show, that Nintendo has a lot of games to fill, and that they are going to be making like 4 or so like new reveals. That, again, that is major based on the way they've set up their year. We're going to find out a lot of great stuff.
Dude, if the Mario plus Rabbids thing like got revealed at the Nintendo thing, that would have made it so much bigger. And I'm wondering, and probably not because the last one was revealed at Ubisoft thing, but if it had been over there, I think Nintendo would have had a way more leeway with what they're going to do. Although I still think they're going to show a bunch of really cool stuff. I'm excited as hell for their show. E3 is theirs to win or lose. Probably win.
I hope so. I mean, to me, like you said, yeah, Rabbids is probably always going to be Ubisoft. I don't know that really makes a statement on Nintendo's presentation, but I do know that Rabbids not being 2021, like there does need to be games for this system between now and next year. And after E3 and the dust settles, we'll have to talk about, at least I'll have to talk about 2022 setting up to be just a gauntlet for Nintendo Switch with Pokemon and Mario plus Rabbids and Splatoon and probably Breath of the Wild. And it just seems like that is going to be a crazy year. But in the meantime, we do need to find out about 2021. Let's take a question. Lenny, thank you so much for the donation. Let's see. Guardian wants to know, what game are you most hoping to see? You can only pick one game for the rest of the week here. Doesn't have to be Nintendo. Any platform. Anything that you would like.
Okay. All right. If you have one, go.
I mean, mine is Nintendo. It's Mario Kart 9. I hate giving the same answer over and over again, but that is the game that I want to see absolute most. Like, by far, hands down, bar none, that is the one. If I'm going to pick not Nintendo, I'd love to see Resident Evil Outrage. I think that would be fantastic to see. Another third-party Switch exclusive that we basically know is real. It's just, will they decide to show it? That would be massive.
like it's hard not to like steal your words, but
you can.
Like Mario Kart has to like be it. Like I love Mario Kart like so much. Like
yeah,
Smash for me, not that it like loses its luster and it's not a great game, because it, you know, it is hands down, but Mario Kart always has like so much more staying power because it's so much more open to more people. Like I can play like Mario Kart with, you know, my lovely girlfriend. I can play Mario Kart with, you know, the people on my Discord server. Not everybody plays Smash.
Yeah.
Even though it's still very, very popular, it's just not popular amongst my group. So, you know, that would 100% be one. I'm also really, really excited, although I don't know it's going to be shown. Final Fantasy 16. Like I think
if that happens,
but you know, the word is it's not. The word is it's being saved for Sony, but then there's also word that hey, maybe that's just Origins. Like who knows? But that's something I would love to see. I think that's a franchise that has like stood the test of time, and it whether
10 million games.
Yeah, I see, but they're all so different. Like I mean, well, the ones that don't have direct sequels are so different.
Sure.
And I think that
rhythm games.
Yeah, but standing the test of time and being able to change things up so often, like for me, that's worth something. And
sure, no,
I'm not mentioning games that we know are going to be there that I'm also very excited about. But yeah, those are the ones I would say. Mario Kart's the one, though.
I agree. Daniel wants to know a simple question. Do you think Rosalina will be in the new Mario plus Rabbids? I do. I think Rabbid Rosalina basically confirms that OG Rosalina, and it's a Galaxy crossover, implying that like
not necessarily.
You don't think so? You don't think Rosalina's going to be in there?
No, I think she's going to be in it. God, that I'm looking at something else in the trailer. It looks beautiful. Here, I'll do it. But we've seen Rabbids in the original, like Rabbid versions of characters that aren't there
on your team, though. Weren't they all? Didn't they all balance out? Rabbid, like, wasn't that the roster? Rabbid Yoshi was there? There was Rabbid Yoshi, right? So it all balanced out.
No, there wasn't Rabbid Yoshi, did?
No, just regular Yoshi, no Rabbid Yoshi.
Correct.
I feel like Rosalina will, just because of the Galaxy tie-in. I believe.
Yeah, I think she'll be there too. I just don't know if it's like guaranteed.
Yeah. Let's see. Max wants to know anything other than Rabbids I really missed today. You know, in terms of the Switch slate,
indie
stuff. Yeah, I mean, and like it or not, like this year, indies are going to be pulling a lot of weight just because there's not a
on Switch. They have a game every month leading up to November.
What game they got for August? What game they got for September? What game they got for December?
What's the date on Switch? What's the date for No More Heroes?
Yeah, but that's one game a month. You don't think that indies are pulling a lot of weight for regular releases this year? I mean, across the board, not just for Switch.
Like name some like big like exciting indies that are coming out, and the ones I'm looking at now, these aren't it. Like Skatebird or whatever, like that's not.
Well, whether you think they're excited or not, I'm just saying I think they're gonna have to carry weight. I don't think we're gonna get the same amount of releases.
I guess my question is, how much weight is Unpacking carrying?
Yeah, but all right, Gabe doesn't want to play the indie games.
No, I do. I love indie games, you know this, but like, how much weight is Unpacking carrying?
It's not carrying much. I'm just saying I think that, you know, the indie games that do kind of separate themselves, whether it is something like Kiwi, which is kind of like the overcooked it looks like of the year, whether it is something like Skatebird, whether we do eventually, you know, we know Axiom Verge is coming out soon. We know that eventually we're going to get Sports Story. Those games I think will be, I mean, they don't have to be. You don't have to play them, but to me it's boring. To me it's boring to say, okay, it's August, we have No More Heroes. Okay, it's, you know, September.
I'm laughing at what Mod Chloe said. Did you see about that game? Mod Chloe says you guys cannot underestimate the power of DC superhero girls.
Well, that one is already out.
That flopped hard. I don't know if you.
Sure it did.
Yeah, it flopped very hard. It didn't crack the top 30 games.
That's unfortunate. I see a couple people asking about the Switch Pro. I would bet money that the Switch Pro happens. I don't know when it's going to be revealed, but that thing is like a, you know, I guess you don't want to ever say 100%, but that is like a 98% likelihood that this Switch Pro does develop and release, and probably this fall.
Dude, look at this. Like, I mean, in like 5 seconds, look at the footage or like the trailer or whatever. This in particular, it's pre-rendered. I know that, but it looks so freaking beautiful. It looks so gorgeous. Like the lighting, the reflections, like some of the particles, like with the leaves, like this looks gorgeous. Like you can't tell me that this isn't Switch Pro footage.
I mean, it's
dude. Even the pre-rendered stuff in Monster Hunters doesn't look like this. Monster Hunter Rise, the best looking Switch game. It doesn't look like this.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I thought the game looked very crisp. I think
we have lens flares, dude. What's lens flares? Come on, man. You know that's great. Like,
I mean, nobody wants to hear it. Nobody wants to talk about it. I made the video earlier, but Imran Khan, Jeff Grubb, Jason Schreier all think that this is a Switch Pro enhanced game. So to me, and I said it.
Oh my god, dude! I'm sorry, I keep cutting you off, but this Avengers like thing that they do, God, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
I said it in my video earlier today. Those guys to me hold a lot more weight than Nate Drake or Kelios FR, these leakers. Like no shade to the leakers, but Jason Schreier saying something to me means a lot more. And we got people in the chat saying Switch Pro is fake, but it's just not. So it'll be quite great when it actually is finally revealed. Wiztron wants to know the likelihood of the new Donkey Kong game being shown. I mean, it's been a heavy rumor. I guess we don't have any idea if those rumors will pan out, but they haven't done much with that franchise in years, so I think it's got to be at least 50-50.
Yeah, I would say higher than that. I think there's a super solid shot.
Whatever it ends up being, we don't know, but
a new Donkey Kong something.
A new Donkey Kong game seems absolutely...
Is it a bongo-themed crossover for... Say that? I can't say...
It is not.
I can't even say it.
Taiko no Tatsujin.
That... I can't even say that, man.
Taiko no Tatsujin. Yeah, so I hope so. Ghoulish Graveyard says, talking about DLC already from Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. They had really great DLC for the first game. He's saying maybe Daisy gets some DLC.
I think Daisy's in the base game. DLC. I think Daisy's in the base game. Base game.
Davide did tweet.
He loves her. He loves her. He loves her. Yeah.
He should basically. I love his voice. He should voice Mario.
Can I get people behind the scenes of me pointing the rabbit gun at Davide?
Yeah, do you want me to pull that up?
Yeah. Okay. Well, if you can send it to me on Discord, I can show it.
Yeah, let me grab it.
So, guys, we're gonna show you an image of me and Davide while I was with him one day, and I told him, you know what, Davide, let me know the lowdown on the next Mario plus Rabbids. He says, no, Gabe, there is no Mario plus Rabbids. I said, no, you can't fool me. Go fool Zach. That guy's easy to fool, not Gabe. And he says, fine, I'll tell you. I said, all right, you tell me, boy. Davide's not a boy. He's a lovely man.
His beard has gotten a lot more voluptuous since this photo. Today he was looking just really, really lavish. But
yeah, but here, did you send it?
I'm sending it through right now.
In the meantime, I knew that this was gonna be Galaxy like thing, but I didn't want to spoil it for. I'm not a leaker. I didn't want to be that guy.
You knew from Davide himself.
Yeah. And he told me that Rosalina would not be the only princess. Know what I mean?
That would be pretty great.
Here, let me show people this real quick because I was... and then we're actually going to go over here so I can show you a little bit better. We're going to add this image that Zach just sent. It's going to be a lovely image.
Hillbilly Chili wants to know if we think we're going to see Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. I think so. Gabe doesn't think so, but I think we... absolutely will see Breath of the Wild 2.
No, Davides were hurt in the making of this image.
It's a great image. I like that a lot.
That is Davide and I. And well, this is...
Gabe's not a big fan of photos, but I do know you cherish this one.
Dude, this is my favorite photo of me ever. Not because of me, really. Just because struck fear in Davide.
It's quite a good photo. This was at the Mario plus Rabbids. This was at E3, right? Or was this at the event?
No, this was at the event. I think no. I don't remember.
No, this was E3 because right? No, this was at the event. You went. This is at the event you went to, I think.
Yes. A fun fact. Yeah, it was at the event I went to. Like, yeah, you weren't there. Yeah, you weren't. That gun. I don't like using the word, but that gun.
The bullet bill. Yeah.
Yeah, the bullet bill is way heavier than you think. It is heavy. Seriously, that thing weighed a good like 25-30 pounds. Like that was massive. Like
only you and Davide can wield the bullet bill gun hammer.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Davide. He's the best. He's such a dude, such a lovely person. I had like a full conversation with him multiple times. He's like great. I know we have no actual connection, Davide, but in my head we do.
Yeah, I mean he's clearly so passionate, and you know, he worked on Rayman for years, and there's a reason they trusted him with Mario. Like it's no coincidence that his team is you know, responsible for Mario plus Rabbids. Well, what game I'm most excited for, Dweller? Of the known quantities, I mean, it's hard because, I mean, Breath of the Wild 2 of the known ones, but of the unknown, Mario Kart, if that's a thing, Donkey Kong, if that's a thing, those for sure. People asking about Animal Crossing news. It's all quiet on the Horizons front, but I do expect something to be seen in the Direct. I think they absolutely do cover it in some capacity. Like I said, I got a new video coming tomorrow morning that you guys are going to want to check out. You want to set your alarms or bookmark. It's going to be 11 a.m. Eastern. Tomorrow we are talking about what I think, and some good evidence for what I think the next update might absolutely actually be. Let's see. Yeah, I'll let you guys know about the streams tomorrow if we're gonna go with Microsoft or not. It's interesting because, you know, and this might be a little more me and you thing, but I'll bring it up anyways. Like, all of my favorite places to really like follow E3 coverage are also like disjointed, futuristic. I don't know. It's just not the same. Like Garnett Lee's like pool crazy shows, like 20 developers and stuff. Podcast back in the day. That's you know, that's what I grew up on. Or, you know, Giant Bomb having the whole crew back in, you know.
We will never
Ryan
have that
Davis
again.
was here.
Never. Like I'm following. You know, Brad Shoemaker was always my favorite. Mm-hmm. And well, him and Patrick, but you know, Patrick is also. I'm following their new. No one cares about this, but I'm following their new venture anyways. But like those like prime Giant Bomb days are never gonna happen again. Like just because we've grown as people too. Like we're not. Well, I'm not consuming that like that anymore.
I just wonder if any. I don't know. I mean, I know a lot of people love the whole like let's go streaming, let's go whatever. Here we are streaming right now, but I do think something is lost in the sense of having these like monolithic websites that you like look up to and you watch, and like that was really, maybe not at 30, but that was really important to me at 15 and 17 and 20 and
yeah, up to like 25. No. Yeah, like 23. Like right around 23 when we started, you know, heavily doing what we do. I mean, we had already started, but
and just doing everything streaming and everything being like sort of this like, hey, we're online personalities, we're funny, we tell, like that's fine and all, and I know that's what it's like what works today and it's appealing to the times, but it's going to be weird in 15 years when a lot of these people and places retire, that like the kids who are making Roblox videos now are probably going to be the ones like screaming and yelling their way through E3 live streams.
Oh man,
it's a little wild.
Not a fan.
I still hope for, I mean, I think we have one more. I think we get one more in-person E3. I think next year they do try to bring the show to the LA Convention Center. After that, I don't know, but
the show's been dying for years. Like, if we're honest, like it has.
It's really Sony's fault. Like, to me, they were the first big domino to fall, and I do blame them. Love my PS5. Love that new sexy red controller, the DualSense, but it's like. Get the gang back together. I just miss that we don't have that.
It's not needed anymore.
It's not needed, but it is for a certain type of person. Like, I get that they don't need it. They can just throw up a live stream whenever and get the audience. They can check the stat box. But in terms of having this, like, Christmas in the summer week for E3, to me, I guess as an old man, it's sad to see that has left. It's gone. Look,
the perfect way to, like, fix it is, I'm sorry, but make it not be public anymore. Go back traditional where it's just where business is done. Like, so many of your favorite games probably happened because someone met someone else at E3, and like, you know, smaller developers, you know, met with Xbox, you know, went and met Phil Spencer or, you know, anyone at that time, Maverick, and boom, now your game is exclusive to Xbox. Like, that's what E3, a lot of people don't realize, was before it became fully public. And yes, like, the press gets to play and the game announcements are exciting, but it's also where a lot of big business happens.
Absolutely. And I'm sure that business, you know, happens in some capacity, but not in the same way. And it's extra weird right now because it's not in person, it's digital. There's this very strange tension between Jeff Keighley and E3, which I do not like. I do not enjoy seeing that take place on Twitter.
Jeff is such a gangster, dude. Like, he's like, I'm putting on my own show. I'm going to show Elden Rings. Like, I mean, it was a good try because he puts on 3 major shows a year now. Like, it's hard.
What's his third? Gamescom?
No, he does the Video Game Awards. He does one more, and now Summer Games Fest. What's the other? I mean, I'll look it up because I don't remember.
I do think that E3 is going to ramp up considerably tomorrow. I think, it's not obviously Switch, but I think Microsoft and Bethesda are going to bring quite a bit of heat. I mean, they really have to. That console has no exclusives, like literally no exclusives. So they need to come out firing in all cylinders. I think Square has just enough games that they will deliver a solid show. Guardians of the Galaxy, I think, will be exciting for a lot of people. That's expected to be revealed from Eidos. Montreal tomorrow, right? Eidos Montreal, yes.
Yeah,
correct.
Yeah,
that's expected to be revealed tomorrow, and that could be a big deal. Let's hope it's not Avengers Part 2. Let's hope that it is something a little more unique and a little more interesting.
Tomb Raider, but yeah, make it like Tomb Raider, not obviously Tomb Raider, but.
And then I think you are going to get quite a bit with, Monday with Capcom and Take-Two and all that. And then Tuesday.
Still temper your expectations because I don't know how much all those companies are going to announce. Like, what's Capcom? Hopefully Outrage. But if Outrage doesn't happen, Capcom isn't showing a whole lot new for Switch. Like, obviously, the Monster Hunter stuff for both of the games.
Yeah.
But, I'd still be very careful about what to expect. You don't want to get yourself too worked up. Here, I'm going to look at chat. Whoa, don't mind that.
I was just looking to see if any new leaks had transpired, since we have been on here.
Hasn't?
It doesn't really look like a whole lot is going on. And that's the other thing, because, there's no show floor for people to leak things from. There's no...
Yeah, dude.
There's no behind closed doors session to, get a little snippet of gameplay out of. There's just the online presentation.
The Wolf Among Us Deluxe Edition.
I saw that. Yeah, I was like, ooh, Wolf Among Us Deluxe. No,
Oh, dude, I like what Jeff just. I mean, it's not Switch related, but Jeff Grubb saying 4 new Bethesda things. Like, that's exciting to me.
They are prolific. I mean, if that's the case, they are a prolific company. I want to let you guys know in the chat though. This is a SwitchForce special. We've been having a giveaway for a Switch Lite, a Blueberry Switch Lite, and a 1 terabyte Lexar Play card. We're going to be announcing the winner tomorrow. So definitely.
Let me just announce it now. I won.
It's Gabe.
I'm joking. I'm not qualified. Don't worry.
No, Gabe is not a part of the giveaway. So we'll be announcing that tomorrow. I'll probably make mention in a video, and I'll make mention on Twitter. So you want to follow over twitter.com/theswitchforce and then pay attention to the videos. We will have a lot of coverage, again, the next 3 days, no matter what. I'll keep you guys up to date. We'll be doing some Good Morning Mario specials, especially on Monday and Tuesday as we get ready for that Direct. And really, as much as Nintendo ends the show, Nintendo starts the show for us in a big way, because that is going to take so long to digest and to figure out and to really just process all the things that happen, because we're basically we're waiting for Tuesday at noon Eastern to kind of define what the year is, what the rest of the year is. So I'm pretty pumped for that.
The last time we streamed together, I said hey, do you still get that can't sleep the night before feeling with Nintendo for E3? And you say you do. And
I will Monday night.
Dude, I thought about it. I was like, dude, I just don't think that's in me anymore. I think I'll never outgrow video games. I'm still here. I'm 31.
Right.
So that's never changing. But as far as that excitement, alarms set at 7 a.m. so that you don't miss any leaks.
Man, I woke up. Thank goodness I woke up today by accident at 7:30. Today was my sleep-in day, and I wake up at 7:30, and I made the mistake of checking my phone, and I'm like, Mario plus Rabbids leaked from Nintendo.com. No more sleep for this guy. No. I mean,
you haven't slept no nap today?
No nap today. SwitchForce is a full-time gig. SwitchForce could be done 24/7. I try to get myself.
I know. I'm here. I know. I might not be on the videos, but we talk about it all day.
The SwitchForce machine just don't stop. It never quits. It does not stop, and we're not going to stop the rest of
we used to make 3 to 4 videos a day.
But now I feel it's even crazier because now they're like produce videos. That was just like get on the mic and be like, Mario plus Rabbids announced. And now we try to do everything a little more quality. Well, let's take a couple questions before we say goodnight. I'm gonna try to get some sleep. I'm gonna go shower. Hopefully you guys can get some rest as well.
No, they're not getting rest. They're gonna watch Overcooked.
Oh yeah, gotta go watch Gabe's stream. But let's say a few more questions from chat.
The Phantom Boy 90.
Yeah,
any Sonic games? Probably not.
Well, Sega's supposed to be
colors. We'll see gameplay.
I think that'll pop up at the direct.
But the new whatever the new Sonic game is called, I don't think that's happening. I mean it's happening, but I don't think we're seeing footage. Not yet.
They claim Sega's at the show. I don't know what capacity that is, what they're gonna do. I'd love to see, Sonic. It's supposed to be called Sonic Rangers. It sounded horrible, but I'd still love to see what they're gonna do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Specific Smash Bros. Guess. We did this the other day, I believe, as well. But we can do it again. I really like that Dixie Kong and Master Chief leak, but
Milo.
I'm gonna go with Milo from Peter Molyneux. Remember Milo? Remember Peter Molyneux Milo? Now that was an E3
Guys,
moment. That's the E3
we are gonna experience games like never before. You are gonna be able to interact. That's not even a good accent, dude. I'm horrible.
I think a rabbit is my new guess.
I think we're getting Waluigi, the final one.
Amazing.
I think it's Waluigi, man. I mean, I don't know who the one before that is because there's two characters.
Yeah, or they can just do one. They really can. M New says if they announce Mario Kart 9 in the direct, where would it be? I think that's the. Well, see, it's hard because if Mario Kart 9 is out this year, I don't think it's the one more thing. The one more thing is usually something farther off. It's more of a tease. So we would kind of have to wait and see on that. But that is big enough to be the last thing. But if it's coming out, it probably would not be. Maybe they're gonna start with Smash.
What is your dream? One more thing. I have mine.
Mario Kart.
No. You said that's probably not a one more thing.
Oh.
I have mine. You want me to say mine?
Yeah.
Metroid Prime 4 gameplay. With a date of next year. That's my dream. It's not happening, but
Nintendo makes a new IP that is my kind of game, right? Third person action shooter with heavy story. That's my dream. Nintendo just does something crazy. It's never gonna happen. I mean, if they can, to me, it's just Mario Kart 9 and it's 3D Donkey Kong. That's really where I'm at right now. That's what I want more than anything. Tylex wants to know, what do we think of a possible Pikmin 4 reveal? I mean, we know
that game had to have been canceled. That game, not even it got reworked completely because it went from being done to disappeared for half a decade. So,
yeah, it's very interesting and very odd. They did release the Pikmin 3 port. You imagine at some point Pikmin will be. I think Gabe's right. I think it's probably in purgatory for now. Tay6411 says, I'd love at least a pinch of Splatoon 3. A lot of people are confident on seeing Splatoon 3. I'm not very sure it's going to be there at all. Although I did see, it's a rumor, but I did see Nate Drake say yesterday on Reset Era that Splatoon 3 was a 2021 game that got delayed, according to him.
According to him, the Switch Pro's already pre-ordered.
Stop.
No, I'm just saying people are wrong sometimes. That's all.
Yeah, but
he's been right before too.
It's unfair to point out the wrong without pointing out there were 20 correct predictions in a row.
No. I'm not maybe you took it the wrong way, but I'm saying whatever information he got from Nintendo this year is obviously crisscrossed.
In some capacity.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Any last questions? I think that can just about.
Yeah, I think we're good. I just want to say the Chrono Trigger remake is a Square thing. That's not a Nintendo thing.
Yeah. My good friend Josh, what ports do you think they'll announce? I hope
None.
Very few.
None.
I hope the only one is. Well, Wind Waker Twilight Princess feels inevitable, but I hope. That's...
yeah. But anything non-Zelda related, anniversary wise, nothing. I think it's done.
I hope that is it. And I hope that, I don't know, if the direct leaks, I am not going to look. There's rumors that Brushy is going to leak stuff tomorrow.
Wait, so you want me to not tell you when I see it? I'm gonna look. I don't care.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, I don't want to look.
Okay, I won't tell you. I got you.
If it's bad, I will be miserable, and if it's good, I will be sad.
So when I see this, because I think Brushy's gonna say some stuff tomorrow. So when he says it, like, you don't want me to even like text you like, hey, I saw it. Like, hey, like nothing. Okay, all right.
Nothing.
I got you.
Nothing.
You're gonna want to stay away from Reddit.
Yeah.
Because it's in trend.
Last one here. Shadow wants to know if we're getting anything new for Switch Online. I would love to see it. They didn't really make a big update for this year. They seem to want that to be a focal point of their business, but maybe Nintendo Switch Online gets a significant update around Switch Pro. Maybe they try to bolster things for that launch to make it a bit more premium.
That'd be cool. That'd be super cool.
Thank you guys and girls for all the support. I appreciate you guys so much. We are trying to rock the E3 Nintendo content the best we can here. We had 2 videos today, 2 streams. We'll be back with more tomorrow. And of course, you can look forward to Good Morning Mario, episode 90, Gabe, on Monday. Episode 90, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. I will see you tomorrow. We'll definitely be talking E3. Animal Crossing video at 11 a.m. Eastern. I'll let you know about the streams. And right now, you should all go to the link I'm about to put in the chat and say hi to Gabe, even just for a minute. Check out what he's doing. He's playing
Gabe
Overcooked.
and Friends. We're going to play some Overcooked. Wait, that game is online, right? I'm not making that up.
Correct.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Gabe and Friends.
It is. That is incorrect. Let me type that again. I did not know how to type a link, but thank you guys so much for watching. Go check out Young Gabe.
Wait, Edith, is that the correct link, Edith? Yeah, Edith put the correct one.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. Ignore my link. Use the one from the mods, the blue link right there.
Yeah. Use that.
Yes. Thank you, Gabe, for being here. Thank you guys and girls so much. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive. And until tomorrow, SwitchForce.